I'm quitting heroing. So we just wrapped up watching episode number 2 of I'm quitting heroing, and I am absolutely in love with this anime. And I am so happy that I chose to have this anime in the plethora of different anime that we're covering throughout the spring 2022 season. And when it comes to certain anime, I gotta be 100%. I love High Dive as a platform. They're part of Sentai Filmworks. We've covered a lot of different news in relation to High Dive in the past, especially with the recent acquisition of, Funimation and Crunchyroll joining together and looking at other platforms that we have alternatives to be able to watch anime. And one of the hesitancies that I typically have with certain anime that comes into High Dive, especially new anime, is Redo Healer kind of put a certain taste in my mouth, as well did Mother's Dormitory or Goddess's Dormitory, whatever it was called. To typically, they just kind of have a little lower standards for anime that they end up choosing to actually premiere and show on the platform. And I'm glad that this season in particular, this season got 2 anime, which is I'm Quitting Heroing and the Executioner anime. And both those anime, they do something drastically different, but they're both pretty good. Now, I've told you guys, as far as the Executioner, I'm not a big fan of it at all. I don't think it's really that good, but it's not so bad that it's like unwatchable. It's just not for me. But I'm Quitting Heroing is absolutely fantastic. So this episode essentially followed Leo, and Leo was trying to get in the good graces of Shutina, the general for the Demon Lord's army. She is the succubus, and I love the different steps that Leo ended up taking during this episode to actually go and get on her good graces and get on her good side. So essentially what he ended up doing was he ended up I love how it started with him. I love how it started with him basically going into her bedroom and kind of like, hey, wake up. And he actually had to imitate the actual demon queen. And when he imitated her voice, she perked up and she immediately went and gave him a full report and gave him everything that had been happening, gave him all the interviews and all the applicants, and basically gave him a whole entire rundown. And then she ended up getting really, really embarrassed when she noticed that it was Leo instead of the queen. And she attacked him and everything. The way she attacked him kind of reminded me of how Roxy attacked the succubus elf lady in Jobless Reincarnation. Obviously, for different reasons, she was more embarrassed and pissed that he was there, as opposed to the reasons that happened. But I love that that's kind of how their relationship sparked. And then he spent basically the remainder of the episode kind of inserting himself into there and finding different ways for her to basically be able to take off some of the workload that she has, which is immense. Her workload is absolutely insane. So he found a way to basically, I guess, bequeath or teach her, certain managing skills, and to really just kind of like, look at her eye to eye and say, hey, you have gone through some rigorous application processes and some rigorous interviewees, and you have put your faith in these people that you have hired because you're very meticulous on exactly what you need. And when they kind of sparked with her, like, yeah, okay, maybe I need to trust my people a little bit more. And that's exactly what he was trying to say. He's like, hey, you've gone through this process. Trust the people that you chose through this. And, he took on his Black Onyx form. He took on a new voice. He went out and he put some gemstones together so she could go replenish the magical generators or reactors or whatever the hell they're called inside of the castle. And by doing that, he was able to delegate those responsibilities and take one thing off her checklist. Then you take it a step forward, and he spent about 2 or 3 hours just watching her and looking at her cleavage and stuff. I like it. I thought it was cute, And he also looked at all of her lists, and he took 7 tasks that could be just basically given to other people that he's like, you just need to trust in the people. And he ended up getting in her good graces. And I really love the back and forth that Shutina and Leo have. I think their relationship is really cute. Ultimately, we know that the Demon Queen is going to be like the main bee and the main girl, and he's going to try and get into her good graces in some way, shape, or form. He may end up with her or whatever, but if that doesn't happen, which I hope it doesn't, I really hope that him and Shutina work out, because I really like their dynamic. I like their relationship. I like the way they work together. Although he has, I think her name's Lily, the little fox girl or whatever it is. I know that she's actually absolutely in love with him. But I like their dynamic, I like their relationship, and it's comedic, but it's not overly comedic. It's not trying too hard. It just is, and it's completely working, and I really appreciate that. But I love his new form, his Black Onyx form. I like how he's Lord Onyx, trying to be really up high in the ranks, like the general's assistant and stuff. I like that. I like that he's taking on new duties. I like that he is actually working hard to make this work for him, understanding that, hey, I don't have anywhere else to go. I have to make this work. And I love that at the end of the episode, he looks at Lily's plan. I think, and if her name wasn't Lily, put it in the comments. I need to go back and double check. But he looks at the Fox Girl plan, and she's basically just like drawn in crayon on what she's going to do. So he's going to take over and absorb some of her duties as well. So obviously, he's going to make this demon army work. The one thing that we need to know is, what's the Demon Queen's objective here? I think once he learns that, he'll probably be like, crap, I shouldn't have effed up her plans, whatever they were prior. So now he'll probably take her plans to heart and make her dreams come true on her second go around, which I think will be really interesting as well. Just a kind of different dynamic and everything. But I think Leo's a really cool character. He is, very schemy and very. I like his personality quite a bit. I like Shutina. I think she's definitely best girl for sure. As far as this anime, probably even more so than the Demon Queen. Even though I'm sure she'll grow on us as she gets more screen time. We're able to see her more and stuff. But for the moment, really loving this a lot. And again, like I said at the top, I'm really glad that we decided to cover this anime this season, because it hasn't disappointed at all. And this episode, even though nothing really happened, I was absorbed in it, and I thought it was really, really good. So definitely big win for High Dive as well. All right, I'm going to leave you guys on that. Let me know what your thoughts are for this episode down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Shutina and Leo's relationship. And are you also digging this so far? Or is this one that you're thinking about potentially dropping for another anime? Because there's a lot of anime this season. Let me know what your thoughts are. Be real in the comments. Let's talk about it. And as always, thank you for joining me for episode 2. And I'll see you, my friends, next week for episode number 3. Peace out.